Hey there everyone, it's Val and welcome back to Agrarian Skies, the labors of Valentine. Well, in a surprise stream that I ran on Tuesday, I decided to automate, well, most of the production of our ore into ingots. And so I'd just like to walk you through that. The alloys are special cases. I will cover those last. So we start here. What I've done is I have connected an export bus and I'm telling it which to be working on. And I've set it to move single items / craft. So if there's any in the AE system, it will send them in, and if there aren't, then it'll craft them. And you can see that it's filling this up here. And you can see we did iron or gravel earlier. And it's busy working on that. It's a little laggy right now because I got all this running. I'm trying to get caught up on all the ores that we worked on. Here I have my master samples, and I can just take this in and change what it is that I'm exporting. Now, you might say, okay, well, what about the gravel? I used to make those. You used to make those by hand, Val, and that is quite true. I did used to do that. But I went in and I made, I told it how to make gravel, sand, and dust for all 9 types of ore that we use regularly. I've also added in cobalt. That says cobalt ore dust. Is created from 4 crushed cobalt ore. That's a typo. It might be fixed in the latest version. I don't know. But what it really is, that's cobalt sand. And then here we have the actual cobalt dust. So I also told it how to do that with the ardite and the cobalt. So, yeah. I had to kind of cram them here because we didn't have 2 more rows over on the side to use. Oh, I guess I should show you this here. Because when we craft the 9 basic ingots, we actually create them as blocks, so it's faster. And I tell it how to turn it from a block into an ingot because that's what you're using in crafting. And I do the same thing with bronze. That's one alloy that we are taking care of down here. And you can see this is really busy right now. It's doing work. Right. So under here we have an array of, well, smelteries. Each smeltery creates one type of processes one type of ore. So for example, iron blocks are produced here. So we have it connected up to the AE system. We have the transition plane that says if you take 9 iron ore dust, and remember the AE system knows how to craft the dust from the pulverized ore, then this tells it this is how you make blocks of iron. And I also told it how to turn a block of iron into iron ingots. So if I run out of iron ingots, it'll start sending things through the system, presuming I have the dust to turn into iron. If I'm out of iron or dust, well, then I have to do more sifting first. Or I have to run them through the pulverizer pulverize them with the hammer. Take 4 broken iron ore, turn that into gravel, pulverize the gravel. Take the crushed ore we get from that, turn that into the sand, crush the sand with a hammer, and that's all in that system upstairs until we get to the point where we can make dust. And then so that's the part that's still manual, is the creating gravel, or telling it to, pardon me, the part that's still manual is telling it when it's time to create gravel, sand, or dust. But I'll explain in a minute why I'm leaving that as not automatic. So it sends the 9 iron ore dust here. Each one turns into 2 ingots, and that's why I'm using smelteries and not furnaces, because furnaces would only give you 1 ingot. This gives me 2, and I like that. And they just get sent through the chest in here into the controller, where they go in here and melt. Then the flue duct pulls it out, and since we're sending it in groups of that will create blocks, 2 blocks at a time, we shouldn't ever have material just sitting in here. But if for some bizarre reason we did, it's not a problem, because the next time we send iron through the block, it'll get turned into blocks. Since this only handles iron, there's no possibility of metal clogging the system. Molten metal of an inappropriate type. And so they go down here into this chest, which is, they're pulled out using a hopper. So blocks created, pulled up by the hopper, goes into this chest, and I'll go down 1 more level and show you down here. It then pulls the blocks out of the chest and sends them up to that chest, which is basically just a waypoint, but that's this chest right here. But this is where they get imported into the AE system using a basic import bus. And like I said, once the blocks get into the system, it knows what to do to turn them into ingots. And there you go. It's all automated. I do that with the bronze as well. Although with the bronze, I've taught it how to create a bronze blend. And let's see if I can... Is that in here? Yeah. I tell it to make Tinker's alloy blend, which when melted becomes bronze. And I send it through the smeltery for the simple reason I want it to be Tinker's construct bronze, just so that all my recipes will work and I don't have to worry about how many I have of which bronze. That's the only reason that's going through a smelter like that. But the reason that we're using the alloy blend and not just sending in the copper and the tin individually is it starts to pull it out as soon as things start to melt, and then things don't get blended properly, and you end up with molten metal clogging the pipe. But when you send in the blend, it's just bronze, so there's no possibility of that occurring. You can see here we've also told it how to make electrum blend, an invar blend, and that's our other 2 alloys that we can now create through the AE system without doing it manually. And we've just told it in the pulverizer how to create the various kinds of pulverized metal. Take a copper ingot and pulverize it. Tin. Yep, same with all of them. And then it makes the blends, and then the blends. Bronze goes downstairs into the smeltery, and the invar and the electrum go into the furnace because they're 1-to-1. Doesn't matter where you melt it. So I sent them here. Right. So that's what I've been busy working on today. Let me just do... Yes, that's done enough. Let me just swap this out. I just have to keep... This is why this is still manual, is because I have to keep an eye on my fortune picks, or hammers, so they don't get too damaged and disappear on me. And I've been doing enough stuff today that my Fortune 3 and Breaking 3 efficiency is that 4? Yeah, 4 hammers have to be repaired. I could wait a little longer to repair them, but I prefer to repair them when they're about halfway, and that way by the time I get to the last one, well, we're not doing too bad. Don't have to worry about them breaking. But that's why that's still manual, is because I want to keep watch on my fortune hammers, because even though I have lots of materials, I don't want to let anything go to waste if I can possibly help it. And that's why we have the insanity going on downstairs. Speaking of insanity, you know, that thing we've been working on in here for so long. This thing, the 16M storage that requires massive amounts of materials. Well, guess what? I think we can make it now. I think. Unless I... Ooh, that's the partition header. That's not what I want. Unless I've misremembered. Nope. It's finished. Let's just clear out that plastic there. Oh my. That represents an astounding amount of materials. It is just incredible. So guess what we're going to do with it? No, we're not going to use it. Nothing so prosaic as that. We're going to give it to the gods because they're the reason we made it in the first place. So, Jaded Cat, other gods, I hope you appreciate this. That would be in for the hoarding. This one, submit that. Oh, we do get it back. I'm really happy about that. Let's claim the reward. Awesome. So, I wonder what we're going to get today in our thing there. I'm just keeping my extra hearts in here. Because, well, I have a lot at the moment. Oh, that... Wow. I have to think about what I want to use that for. We're not exactly in danger of running out of room. So let's just put this in here for the moment until I think I might put ingots on it. I don't think I have them set to anything yet. Let's see here. We've got, this is ingots and pre-ingots. So I could take those off there. This is not exactly get full though. When it gets fuller, then I can look at that. But right now, a greater reward bag? You have to be kidding me. A greater? Oh, I never would have made that thing unless the gods wanted it. Please, God, let this be a nice greater, a stupendous greater, something bordering on, well, something greater than greater. Let's see if they heard my plea. Well, thank you, gods. I will admit that is something that I do use. I was kind of hoping for something a little more exciting than that, to be quite honest. But, well, at least it's something I'll use, so thank you for that. At least it's not something that's, well, pretty much useless. Right. Well, I think that's all I have to show you today. Basically, I was originally not going to stream this, and then I thought, well, I'm feeling pretty good today, so I think I'm up to streaming. And, I mean, it's such a complex system down there. I thought it was worth showing off while I was making it. So, I hope you enjoyed this tour. Please feel free to come by and watch my stream. I stream, well, 6 days a week. Agrarian Skies is in the afternoons from Monday, or from on Monday, Wednesday evening, and then back to afternoons on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, you take care now. See you later. Bye.